It has been more than 70 years since the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was announced. The 30 rights and freedoms set out in this declaration include more than 30 rights to education. It is a monumental document stating that everyone is free and equal, regardless of gender, skin, beliefs, religion, etc. In particular, as a universal fundamental right of mankind, the value of education is a fundamental right that remains unchanged over time, and it is positioned as a root field in international development. Over the past few years, the impact of the pandemic has caused countless out-of-school children, depriving them of opportunities to learn and grow. These difficulties were no exception for Paraguayan children. Even before the pandemic, Paraguayan children have been exposed to discrimination due to poverty, ethnicity, or linguistic background. In order to improve the right to education and protection of Paraguayan children and guarantee their right to education in innovative ways, Good Neighbors, which has been engaged in local activities for a long time, conducted a project with KOICA that combines children's rights and media contents in Paraguay. Let's learn a little more about this educational partnership project that is regionally specific and applies challenging methods of education. The Project for the Promotion of Children's Rights through the Production and Distribution of Media Educational Contents in Paraguay was conducted to fill the short public education time and the shortage of various educational contents for children in Paraguay. Additionally, issues such as differences in literacy rates by region, low awareness of children's rights, and harmful content centered on adults also led to the start of this project. First, let's take a look at the major outcomes of this project. 1. Production of high-quality educational contents. During the project period, 133 EBS contents were imported and 103 Good Kids contents were self-produced. 2. Dissemination of high-quality educational contents. During the project, a meeting by the Education Advisory Committee as well as a capacity-building workshop were carried out. A total of 10 multimedia rooms have been newly created and renovated. Completed the development of 5 educational activity sites for EBS imported content and 9 educational activity sites for our own Good Kids content. 3. Promotion of children's rights. Conducted media club activities for children and held a video screening to promote children's rights. 4. Advocacy for children's rights with the government and civil society. In addition, we conducted workshops and campaigns to promote children's rights, which made progress in advocating for children's rights with the government and civil society. As a result of analyzing the relevance and consistency, it was possible to check the performance of this project in a more comprehensive manner. 1. Relevance. This project actively reflects the demand for establishing an educational infrastructure using information and communication. In fact, the Paraguayan government has also expressed its commitment in this regard, and the plan also includes the establishment and provision of infrastructure. As a result of examining the background of the project through interviews, it was confirmed that Good Neighbors had previously implemented many children's rights projects in Paraguay and were implemented on sufficient grounds. In addition, as a result of conducting a local remote survey, it has been confirmed that the project was a new educational method that did not exist in Paraguay and helped introducing a differentiated educational method. It was also confirmed that the demand was well reflected and that it was a timely project expanding into a new area in the field of children's rights. 2. Consistency. This project corresponds to the SDG 4. Ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. It also aligns with the Target 4A. Build and upgrade education facilities that are child, disability, and gender sensitive and provide safe, non-violent, inclusive, and effective learning environments for all. In addition, through literature research on national cooperation strategies, it was judged that this project is sufficiently consistent from the perspective of the Korean government's ODA strategy for education and international discussion related to media utilization education. Through stakeholder interviews, it was confirmed that at the time the project was planned, it has been planned in conjunction with the information and communication sector of the Korean government, together with the Korean ODA strategy specified in Paraguay's National Cooperation Strategy. From a long-term perspective, it has been confirmed that it is possible to establish a production to produce media educational content in the local area by expanding to KOICA's national projects and to continuously produce and transmit content. In addition, since most countries in Latin America have commonalities, such as the use of Spanish and the lack of high-quality educational content, it is judged that if only some cultural aspects are adapted, a virtuous cycle of sharing with ODA organizations in other Latin American countries is possible. What were the results of this project in terms of effectiveness and sustainability? 1. Effectiveness. This project aimed to establish an environment where children can access useful educational content in the absence of educational content that children can watch, despite the fact that a large number of media contents are imported into Paraguay. As a result, localized content was developed using the local language and was fully reflected in the context. In terms of project satisfaction of the beneficiaries, the demand for non-face-to-face education increased due to COVID-19, and the response was very good. 2. Sustainability. In order to secure sustainability of this project, the local government recognized the necessity of producing and distributing media educational contents even after the project was completed, and continued to make policy recommendations so that the national budget could be drawn up. In cooperation with KOICA, we have planned to continue the project in the form of national projects. It was notified in advance that maintenance could not be carried out continuously from the school selection stage, and efforts were made to designate a person in charge of the school to manage the facilities. In addition, we confirmed to have secured a budget for follow-up management during the project and identified that it was important to establish the preparation period in advance to secure project sustainability after transfer. The evaluation team analyzed 3 factors that led to the success of this project. 1. Good neighbors. The main body of this project has expertise and abundant experience in projects related to children's rights. 2. Good Neighbors Paraguay branch expanded the authority of local managers to communicate closely with the recipient countryside. And 3. When producing media education contents, it was pointed out that the local context and demand were well reflected. Based on Good Neighbors' past experience in conducting children's rights projects in Paraguay, it is evaluated that it has contributed greatly to accurately understanding the local needs and context, as well as improving children's right to education and protection. In addition, the development of educational contents in Guarani, which was not widely applied in the existing educational development cooperation projects, has also increased the effectiveness in ensuring Paraguayan children's right to learn. Behind the above success factors, there were constant concerns and efforts of project participants to solve many difficulties and problems. Although this project achieved positive results in importing and producing content during the project period, due to the spread of COVID-19, it was difficult to continue carrying out with the project since the Paraguayan government's announcement of movement control and group activities ban. Accordingly, all activities were converted to non-face-to-face, and efforts were made to achieve the previously planned results by providing non-face-to-face education, and at the same time, distributed sanitation kits to ensure children's right to education as much as possible. For effective cooperation with KOICA in terms of operational efficiency, regular meetings with project managers were held every quarter, and annual monitoring was conducted for project inspection. In particular, since cooperation with the Ministry of Information and Communication and the Ministry of Education was essential, regular meetings and project cooperation were held with both departments from the beginning. In addition, we maintained an appropriate relationship by conducting cooperative campaigns with other local NGOs and conducted the project smoothly based on local experience. Additionally, we expanded the local manager's authority to run the project in general. Through various research activities, the evaluation team identified a total of 3 strategic implications for the Government Civil Society Partnership Project. First, in the planning stage, plan to put more expertise in the field of education in order to systematically schematize the theory of change in the project. Second, in the implementation stage, introduce an evidence-based performance management system that manages outputs based on systematic midterm performance. Third, in the feedback stage, utilize the strength of localization, which is the strength of the civil society partnerships, to reinforce the performance sharing using local official languages to spread the local network. Above all, it has been concluded that in the case of education projects, in which demand requests are not received well at the government level of the partner countries, such as the right to education or the rights of indigenous peoples, it is necessary to expand strategic projects that can be gradually expanded into national cooperation projects through partnership projects. Through the above evaluation results, we learned about the project for the promotion of children's rights through the production and distribution of media educational contents in Paraguay. What do you think is needed in a more innovative way to improve the education and protection rights of various children and young people who are both inside and outside of school? Please leave your comments so that the KOICA project can help in creating a new paradigm for international education development cooperation through learning beyond school. For more evaluation content, don't forget to subscribe, like, and set notifications.